Morning, Falcon fans. We took a L yesterday, didn't we? All right, so quick recap on yesterday's game. I'm gonna just go out and say, and I know a lot of fans ain't gonna agree, and don't get me wrong. As much as Younghoe Koo deserves the to be cussed at, the blame, even he took accountability for his play from yesterday. I get all of that. Yesterday game was on Raheem Morris as a head coach. You didn't have your guys ready and prepared for yesterday's game. And if you know anything about football, for the folks that have played the game of football, there is a such thing as trap games. There's a such thing as, playing down to your competition, things of that nature. Yesterday the Falcons did exactly that. You were playing a 2-7 Saints team who's pretty much dead in the water. Yeah, they did fire their head coach and Dennis Allen, and the guy they brought in as their interim head coach. He's a very likable figure in their organization. I get all of that. The problem I have with that is it shouldn't matter who they have as a head coach or whatever. You game plan to win that game. You keep your guys up and let them know, hey, there's a rivalry game. Hey, these guys coming to play, and we need to be on point. We don't need to be taking an L to a team that's clearly not better than us at all. So, offensively, we got to stop the slow starts. You got to stop the slow starts. Like yesterday, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go on the limb and say you got to start the slow starts on both sides of the ball, because the slow start caught you yesterday. It did. It caught you yesterday. You start off the game slow, which ultimately led to you only scoring 17 points, and then your defense gave up 2 big plays, and in the passing game, and that didn't help at all. So, like I said, the slow starts finally caught up to you. And as much as people want to say, well, the defense only allowed 3 points in the second half, you can't, like I said, folks adjust just as well as we adjust. So you got to be able to not allow plays like that to happen in the game, or you going to get losses like you took yesterday. I mean, I know I've seen people get online and they bash Caleb McGarrett. The 2 sacks that Caleb McGarrett gave up were strictly on the fact that he got his feet tangled. And if you play football, it happens. I don't know why y'all think that, is like mistakes ain't meant to be made. This is not Madden, people. It's not Madden. Stuff like that happens. You lose your footing, your knee buckles. Things like that happen while you're playing the game of football. He got his feet tangled up with Chris Lindstrom on the first sack, and Bijan ran into him on the second sack. So that led to the second sack. So, like, nobody want to talk about that. They just want to say, McGarrett just tried to replace him. Did you not see the running back that you love so much run into this man, which caused him to lose his footing? That don't make sense, people. That don't make sense. The third sack on the last drive, that was on Kirk. Kirk could have easily stepped up in the pocket and like maneuvered or anything to like you could either ran for some yards or you could have scrambled and got the guys to like move the defense to adjust towards you where you could find an open receiver downfield. That is what could have happened, but you didn't do that. So that's the take. There's the take on that. Again, defensively, look, man, I don't know about y'all, but you got to do something about this pass rush. And I don't want to keep hearing about folks saying this like we're getting pressures. Bro, we got 9 sacks as a team this year. 9 as a team this year. 9. That is horrific. Hendrickson, that played for the Cincinnati Bengals currently, that man had 11 sacks by himself. Dexter Lawrence for the New York Giants got 9 sacks by himself. We have 9 as a team. I am tired of talking about pass rush. That is getting on my nerves. It needs to change. Somebody needs to do something this offseason to help this pass rush. Plain and simple. So, like I said, just yesterday's game was just a bad loss all the way around. Like I said, yeah, Cool deserves his. You missed 2 field goals. You got 1 field goal block. You got to play better. We lost the game 20-17. That's 9 points that's left off the board. That's an easy dub if you get those in. But I also understand that things do happen, and I see a lot of the fan base. They want to euthanize Cool right now because of the loss. But like I tell folks, before y'all start turning on players or whatnot, realize that Cool pretty much been our biggest bright spot of our team during these poorest years that we've had. He's been our bright spot. And if he having a subpar season, so be it. He got a subpar season. But at the end of the day, you got to look at what folks have been dealing with for like the last decade, half decade. Like we've seen teams this year literally lose games because they kickers couldn't kick, and most of them kickers ain't hitting shit still now. And we're over halfway through the season. At least when Cool may have missed kicks, he came up clutch when you need him the most. So you can't be too mad at him for that. It just he had a bad game yesterday. Everybody wants that. But like I said, yesterday's game came down to Raheem Morris not having the team prepared like it should. You fell victim to what happened earlier with the Seahawks. You took a team that was on losing streaks and ultimately gave them a win. And that's what the problem is with the Falcons, because it seems like we're the get-right team. No matter what our position is, it's like we're the get-right team. Because for some odd reason, Seattle got a win on us, then ultimately lost the last two games. I don't know if they played yesterday or not, but I know they lost the last 2 games for sure. Then you had the Saints, who was literally on a 7-game losing streak and get their first dub yesterday. That is horrific. That is horrendous. That can't be happening. Plain and simple. If you win that game yesterday, you're possibly the 2 seed. Possibly, because I don't know what how it would go with Philly, but we beat Philly, so that would have made our position better. But here we are. But those are my thoughts from yesterday's game. Hey man, we just got to get ready for Denver Sunday. And oh, by the way, you do realize Denver took a nasty loss against the Chiefs. Like, if they would have beat the Chiefs, I would have felt better about playing them because they'd have been riding on a high. But they lost to the Chiefs on a block field goal at the end of the game. As well as their head coach is still pretty much a rival to us in Sean Payton. So you better believe he going to be downing up his best playing against the Falcons Sunday. So, yeah. I'm looking at you, Raheem Morris. What are you going to do?